Hey, pretty dog. Oh, man. Good morning. It is a beautiful day. It's not hot yet. I mean, it wants to be, but the clouds are keeping the sun from showing. So it wants to be hot. Boy, does it want to be hot here in Georgia, but it ain't. So, good morning for a walk in the get skinny modality. So, good morning to you all. I'm Black Dragon. Good morning, Lady Ironhead. Big Ron. Oh my goodness, got a lot of folks. John Snyder. Sure, Ironhead will be close by. Jamal Cutter. Very well as everybody. David Morgan. The Rock Drifter. Good morning to you all. And good morning from beautiful Iowa. Is Iowa beautiful? I mean, I see Iowa, I feel cold. Nothing but cold. Thinking about Iowa is cold. Ain't that where you got to plug your car in? That's beautiful to some people. I bet it's snowing right now there. What's up, Aunt Squirrely? So, get right down to business here. First of all, some new rules. YouTube is kicking our butts, and it's because YouTube has become a corporation now. They used to be a bunch of rebels, and you could say whatever you wanted here, and that's how they got famous. That's how they made their money. But now they've turned corporate, and it's because a lot of YouTube people have screwed it up with Nazi salutes and all kinds of stuff like that. Now they have detector like robots that go through and listen for language, and if they hear various kinds of language, they demonetize your platform. So it's not freedom of speech here. This is their platform, and they're going to run it their way. And if we want to participate on it, we're going to do it their way, or we're going to have to find someplace else to talk. So here are the rules. And if you don't like it, contact YouTube. Complain. They do that. They move whenever they get a bunch of complaints from people and they feel like their money is going to be harmed. They'll make changes. So if enough of you complain, they'll go back. I agree with that had a lot to do with it, but I'd say it's more Google bought YouTube, and the changes have followed. And that's what happens when you get bought. They got bought by adults, and adults said they're going to change. So no more cursing in the comments. YouTube put it out on the creator channel that we're monitoring your comments. So if you have a bunch of gobbledygook going on in your comments, you, the creator, will be responsible for that. We're going to punish you. We're going to punish your channel. So I know the occasional F-bomb is necessary. I use them sometimes myself. You guys need to figure out a way to abbreviate or cloak or veil your negative comments towards one another. It's really kind of childish. You know, we are all old adults here, and we got kids watching us, but cursing tastes good. I elected not to curse a few years ago when I didn't do it on purpose. I had a video, I just didn't happen to curse in it. Someone wrote me and said, man, I love the way you teach, and the fact that you don't curse really makes your content, more swallowable. I can listen to it. And I thought to myself, oh, if I'm supposed to be teaching something, I don't want anything detracting from the teaching. So let's keep it professional, and I keep the cursing to a minimal. Doesn't mean I don't curse. It means I try not to curse on this platform. Then when I realized I had children watching, I want to do better. So that was me. That's my thing. But now they're putting it on you guys. So, also, no violence towards one another. Threats and bullying have to be curtailed. It's going on this channel, and it's going to stop. You don't have to like each other. Maybe find a way to abbreviate your threats or veil them some kind of way, but all out threats and this person should be killed and all that stuff, I'm not playing. I got a filter on. If you made a comment and you don't see it, it was filtered. And I'm going to go back and look through the filter, and I'm going to put up stuff. I'm not, you know, it's not going to be a Girl Scout channel. We're bikers, not Boy Scouts. But if it's retarded, then it ain't going up. So I know a lot of you guys sitting at home in your mama's basement, hating life, want to make life difficult for everybody else by saying the rudest, meanest comments you can say. Say them in a thoughtful way, and you can still get your evil comment out, and the world can be just as evil and mad and lonely as you are. But we're going to do it in a different way. Why? Because the boss, YouTube, said so. So you might think you're working for yourself when you start your YouTube empire up, but really, you got a boss, and they're called YouTube. YouTube has a boss, it's Google. You're going to do what the hell those people say. So, all out threats have to go. Cursing has to go, except for Mikey 1%er. He normally can say whatever the hell he wants to say. All right, now, if you don't like these changes, complain to YouTube. Oh, I said that. 4, check us out on Instagram, Black Dragon Biker TV. We're trying to build our numbers there. Please go over there and support me. On Facebook, Black Dragon Biker. Please go over there and support me. I want to build those numbers up. And Twitter, JBunchII. If you could just go to those places and support us, we would appreciate it just by hitting the like buttons and subscribe buttons on those various platforms. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Our news channel is demonetized. If it says news, it's demonetized. So I'm still, Dibber in the Wind said, it depends. Come back over here, this way, little dog. Dibber says it depends on if you're in it for the money or you're in it to educate your brothers and sisters out there, people that ride. And so we're still going to keep the news channel. But if you guys want to help it out, you got a couple bucks. Super chat, that's on here when I'm live. You can hit super chat, send us a few bucks. We'd appreciate it. You can also do PayPal, which is JBunchII, Cash App, which is $BikerPrez, and Patreon, which is Black Dragon National President. Patreon is where you can give us a monthly donation, $5, $10, something like that, to go towards the cause. But if you see it says news on it, used to be, I don't know, it's just getting worse over the last few weeks. It used to be we could do a lot with those, and we did make money on it, and it's gone now. So I looked at this thing that said the greatest 10 words that'll get demonetized, and thank you there, Mr. Eskil, for that. Oh, that's a European thing. Euro, I guess. Thank you so much for that. That's worth more than $5. They said the top 10 words that will get your page demonetized or your video demonetized, and one of those words is news. So I guess the only people who can get paid for doing news are the news, which I thought that's what we were, but okay. Those of you can still support us too and get something back. You can go to blackdragonsgear.com. On blackdragonsgear.com, we got all kinds of stuff like the Wii shirts and all kinds of stuff. Anything you buy over there supports this channel and supports me and Braveheart. And we have merch. Look below. We're making cool t-shirt designs all the time in our merch. Just look on your cell phone down there below this and you'll see our merch. Our news channel is bikerliberty.com. Go to bikerliberty.com for all of our new stuff. And there's going to be new stuff we put on there that we can't put on YouTube. Videos and things that aren't going to be on YouTube because they're not going to support that or let it go. Come on back here, little dog. Come on. This way. And You'll see it on Biker Liberty. It'll be there. BikerLiberty.com. Our podcast is Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. Now, someone told me there hasn't been an update since June. So, this way! We're going to figure out how to fix that, because that's wrong. Okay, Think Tactical. Think Tactical is our other channel. You'll love Think Tactical. It's our prepper channel, biker preppers. And we have ThinkTacticalNews.com, and Think Tactical is the podcast. So we have a channel, Think Tactical, YouTube channel, a podcast, Think Tactical, and we have Think Tactical, the ThinkTacticalNews.com. All right. Are you going to focus on us or chase the dog? Oh, shit. That could only be your boy, Big Cell. What's up, Big Cell? Where are you in the world right now? Thinking he's a big-time rider. Been riding for a couple years. He thinks he's a rider now. But anyway, not going to go there. If you guys don't watch Big Cell, you should. He's a good guy. Just not to me. We appreciate that. Hope you liked the photos I sent you email. I did like those photos. I responded to you. I hope you got my response. And I appreciate you sharing that with me. All right. At time 11 minutes and 32 seconds, we get into the meat of the subject. What does it mean to join a motorcycle club? So for those of you who track my time, tell them 11:33 is when we got into it. Dear Black Dragon, hi, I'm a watcher of your streams and a big fan. I was wondering if possibly you could do a special stream for all of those of us who dream of being a biker or in an MC. Topic being, what does it mean to be a part of an MC, be it 1%er or 99%er? I think it would be helpful for everyone to understand fully what they're hoping to find, and it could help them understand what they're getting into and grasp the meaning of being part of an MC, myself included. Since I was a kid, it's been my biggest dream to be a part of an MC and to ride, even though I'll likely never live that dream because I can't afford a bike and don't know how to ride. But my hope stays strong, and your streams help keep that hope alive. With that being said, thank you for your streams. And you replied to a comment of mine on YouTube saying, you're just an old guy who likes to tell stories, but you're wrong. To me, and I'm sure if to a few of your other viewers, you are a beacon of hope to one day live out our dreams. And also, you're a great teacher to those of us who wish to learn an understanding of our dream. Thank you for everything. Well, thank you for writing, and thank you for watching and taking the time to write. And there's just a lot of stuff I got to say to this. First of all, a good motorcycle club will teach you how to ride. A good motorcycle club will help you get a motorcycle. I heard it said to me by one of my 1%er brothers, we could give a damn about all that. What we want is good brothers. We'll teach you the rest. So that's the first thing I have to say about that. Glad you finally caught me live too. Thank you. So first of all, I can only talk about what being in a motorcycle club means to me. So this is my experience. This is me. This is me out on this track, walking, talking to you about what a motorcycle club means to me. And Squirrely says, it means you better be prepared to ride with others. So Talafora out there, good to see you. So I'm going to tell you what being in a motorcycle club means to me, and basically what I've been teaching all this time. And hopefully that transfers over to other people. And you'll probably get my meaning, and this is why I do this. So first of all, I have to say that you kind of conflated two things. You said what it means to be a biker and what it means to be an MC. And I can say this. Not all bikers are meant to be in a motorcycle club. Whereas all motorcycle club members are bikers. So not every biker is an MCer, but all MCers are bikers. You can be an MCer and a biker. Thank you, Mr. TG Grizzly. You can be an MCer and a biker. But you can't necessarily be a biker who understands the MC world. And it's important to realize that, because a lot of people come onto my channel talking about biker, and MCers aren't bikers, and we bikers do this, and we're the baddest bikers in the world, and bikers. I was a biker long before I was a clubber. I was a biker for, oh my gosh, 20 years before I joined the motorcycle club. I was on a motorcycle at 4 and 5 and 6 years old. I didn't get into a motorcycle club until I joined the Navy, and I was in my early 20s. So enjoying the life of a biker is a whole different meaning. And when I want to be a biker, I ride by myself and go be a biker. When I want to, and there's a guy I argue with all the time. You guys know him. And he always comes on and he attacks clubs, and he talks about how he's the greatest biker that ever lived, and blah, blah, blah. And he's been riding a motorcycle 3 years. And it cracks me up when these guys have been riding this short time. They discover what we discovered at 5. So they're riding like we have been riding forever. And they want to scream what great bikers they are. And motorcycle clubs don't ride enough for me. Now, motorcycle club riding, for some people, is not enough. There are motorcycle clubs that absolutely get down. But there are some that do a lot more politicking and clubbing. The lifestyle of being around people who enjoy being in motorcycle clubs, the politics of it, the lifestyle of it, the parties of it, sometimes become greater than biking for biking's sake. So there is a difference. So if you are coming to me to want to talk about biking, that's not really what my channel talks about. My channel really talks about motorcycle clubs, sociology, interaction with other people in your clubs, how to treat your members like precious gold, how to be good to one another. That's what I talk about. I could do a show about biking, and I'd be on the back of my motorcycle riding all over the world, and maybe I'll do that because I love biking. But this show is dedicated to the we MC, the we in motorcycle clubs. It's an anthill. It's a beehive. It's a collective. You've been assimilated when you become a biker. So what is a biker? And then you said 1% or 99%er. So I don't really talk about the 1%er side, as I don't live it. That's the side they live. And it's not the side of biking in motorcycle clubs that I decided to land on. Plenty of opportunities to do that, but I found a club that I loved, and I've been in it all my life, all of my adult life. So I will talk about biking on or motorcycle clubbing on general terms, and a lot of what I say will apply to any side of the house, whatever percenter that you want to put on your chest. There are things about traditional motorcycle clubs that are all the same. So I said this little keyword, traditional motorcycle clubs. So it's important to understand that traditional motorcycle clubs are motorcycle clubs that operate by a certain protocol. And that protocol is not written anywhere, and it's different everywhere you go. So that's why a lot of times I'll say something, you guys will come back, well, that's not the way it is over here in Ohio. That's not the way we do it in Spain. True. Politics is local. All politics is local. You have to be concerned about the politics that are where you are. That's what's most important. But generally, this stuff all pretty much works close to the same. And in traditional motorcycle clubs, there are traditional things that we all kind of pretty much do. And that's a little bit different than riding clubs or co-ed clubs or other kinds of clubs that are generally known as maybe social clubs you might have heard, or family clubs. A new term has kind of risen. It's not a new term, but it's a term people are using these days called 99%ers. And they kind of use that to group all clubs together. There's a hierarchy among clubs, motorcycle clubs, and I have a video called The Hierarchy of Motorcycle Clubs, and kind of shows how they are seen on the bike set. So let's try to start with a definition. What is a motorcycle club? To me, Johnny Bunch II, the Black Dragon, a motorcycle club is a group of people. In a traditional motorcycle club, it'll be a group of brothers. In a mixed motorcycle club, or a co-ed motorcycle club, it'll be a group of brothers and sisters. But it is a group of people who have come together to be known, thought of, represented as a family. A group of people who have decided to become a family and live a lifestyle based on rules of respect known as protocol within their motorcycle club. And these rules of respect govern the behavior of the individuals involved in the motorcycle club, wrapped around an insatiable love and desire to ride, live, breathe motorcycles. But the motorcycle is secondary. Primary is the motorcycle club. That's where bikers get us mixed up. For bikers, biking is primary. For motorcycle clubbers, the MC is primary. The MC lifestyle is all. The MC lifestyle and the brothers and sisters within the MC are more important than anything. This is why any of my brothers can ride my motorcycle. All you got to do is get on it. Dragon, I'm going to the store. Well, you better be able to handle that 1,000 pounds, because if you can't, you'll buy it. Bikers don't let anybody touch their motorcycle. Bikers will come out and whoop your butt, and you're in their you're in their group. You were riding with them. They'll stomp your butt for getting on their motorcycle. Motorcycle club brothers, hey Dragon, you look tired. Go sit on my motorcycle and go to sleep. Now not all club members will let you ride their bikes, but all my brothers can ride my bike, and I've ridden many of my brothers' bikes. Haven't had a club brother tell me, no, you can't ride my bike. The other thing is, can't wait to share this with my club sisters. Oh, wow, that's cool. The other thing is, the other things are, I got a lot of stuff to say here. So The idea of motorcycle clubbing, in Black Dragon's opinion, is the idea of sharing, damn it. We share experiences. We share ups. We share downs. We share triumphs. We share peaks and we share valleys. We share death. We share disablement. We share getting old. One thing that you know if you have a true motorcycle club, brotherhood, or sisterhood, is you have a family with which to share. You're never going to be alone. I have a club brother right now in the middle of the desert, broken down. And he is the father of the Black Sabbath Nation, on his way across the country right now to come and hang out with us. And he is broken down somewhere between El Paso and Houston. And last night, I called him to check on him. And, you know, he's 73, so he's got his motorcycle in the back of his truck. Some people would be like, oh my God, you're not a biker. I'm a club brother. And I'm going to meet my brothers. And when I get there, I'm going to have fun with them. But at 73 years old, I'm not riding across the desert in 100-degree weather. Get the hell out of here. But his truck is broken down. His brothers are on the phone. We are working to make sure. Well, last night we got him towed. He had to spend the night at a dealership in a place called Kent, Texas. And we're working his problems out. 73-year-old, he said to me last night, man, I didn't know what I would do, Dragon. And I was like, Father, you got a nation. You don't have to do nothing. That's a brotherhood. That's a motorcycle club. That's a sisterhood. That is what we do. One time I took a prospect on a ride. And we went from Atlanta to Kansas, Wichita, Kansas. 1,000-mile ride in one day. So as we get out there, and I did a video called The Prospect, God, and the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation. So one day we were riding on our way to Kansas, and his motorcycle starts acting up. It's really screwy. And I see this guy on his knees praying. It's like, oh, well, okay, I'm a religious man. And he was praying because he didn't have a lot of money. He certainly didn't have enough money to get his bike fixed. So as we're riding, the bike is degrading. And it's just puttering along like 40 miles an hour. It's just terrible. And we're out on the highway, and I'm just kicked back cruising. And every time we stop, he's trying to do whatever he can to fix the bike, put gas in it. He's on his knees praying. And he starts looking at me more and more evil, more and more mad. And then at one point, I say, okay, we're not going to make this 1,000 miles in a day. We're going to pull over in this rest stop and we're going to go to sleep. We're going to sleep out here under the stars. Some idiot says I don't sleep in tents. I don't sleep under the stars. So we pulled up to this rest stop. I found a table, put my bedroll out on it, and put my pillow up. I'm gone, fast asleep. He's mad. He's over there stomping his feet. He's angry. His prayers aren't being answered. And I wake up and he's got this guy. Oh yeah, finally the bike had quit running. So I wake up and he's got this guy pushing him. And they get the motorcycle started. And I was like, oh wow, that's cool. And he got the motorcycle started. He comes over to me. And I say, okay, that's great. Whatever, I'm laying back down or whatever. And I say to the guy, whatever you do, don't turn the motorcycle off. And at that point, right at that second, he had turned it off. So there we were, stuck again. And he gets on his knees and says the prayer again. And by that morning, it was almost close to daylight. Some other guy shows up, and this guy has a can of some kind of spray. And he sprays this spray, this miraculous spray, straight into the guy's carburetor. And all of a sudden, the bike kicks on and is operating perfectly. And we get up and we finish our ride to Kansas. So somewhere either on the ride to Kansas or on the way back, the guy looks at me real mean and he says, "You don't care. You don't care about me." And I said, "Why would you say that?" And he said, "My bike is breaking down. I don't have the money to fix it. And I'm praying and you're not praying with me. You don't care." And I laughed at him and I smiled and I said, "Let me tell you something, son. I guess you thought we were in danger. Well, we're thousand miles away from home." I said, "So let me try to explain this to you. 3 hours to our east is the Little Rock chapter. At that time, we had a Little Rock chapter. 3 hours to our east is the Little Rock chapter. 2 hours to our north is the Tulsa chapter. 2.5 hours to our west is the Oklahoma City chapter. 2, 3, 4 hours to our southwest is the Dallas chapter. And about 6 hours to our southwest is the Houston chapter. Do you not understand, son, that at no time were we in jeopardy? One phone call and a brother from the mighty Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation would have been here with a truck and a trailer. I had nothing to fear. Your prayers had been answered the whole time. This was just an inconvenience. To me, that's a motorcycle club. That's a motorcycle club nation where you have brothers. When you have brothers and sisters, you have no worries. You got a big old group of folks. We're going to figure it out. The worst trouble you would have had is that you would have had to leave your bike at a club brother's house, take the bus home, and when you got some money, come back and get it. But your butt was handled. So no, I wasn't fixing to be all on 4 knees and on the ground praying and crying and hoping and begging and all that. For places where we don't have clubs and chapters, we have allies, brother and sister clubs. All we got to do is get on the horn and call somebody. So that's what the motorcycle set is about. It's about friendships you develop and brotherhood you develop and sisterhood you develop with other motorcycle clubs, with people that you hang out with that are brothers of another club, brothers of another chapter, brothers of another mother. But they are still yours. There was a guy rolling across the country, and I was in Tulsa, hanging out at the Tulsa Annual. This must have been 2011, 2012. And, uh-oh. Here we go again with this hard stuff. So it was 2012, and so his motorcycle breaks down in Macon, Georgia. And he knows one thing. I know Black Dragon. So I get a phone call and I get this message on my screen. I need help. So I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. How can I help you in Macon? Well, it was pretty damn easy. I made a call to my brothers in Tulsa, and they got in their trucks and their trailers, and they went and picked his ass up off the ground, off the highway. And oh boy. Oh, what's going on with this? Sorry guys, I had to sit it down. That's why I've been walking over here instead of in the woods, so I would have a place to sit if I got out of breath. I need a shorter seat. Whew. That's better. I don't know what happened. I must have been talking too much. Got out of breath. Somebody said put your hands up over your head. What does that do? So anyway, so we called that brother we called our brothers in Macon, and the next thing you know, they went and they got this guy. And he was so thankful. Sent me a bottle of the best alcohol, and every time he sees me, he reminds me of that day, and he says, "Thank you, Black Dragon." And I want you guys to know, that's not something that you need to be thanked for. That is what we do. We do that because we're bike club members. We belong to a motorcycle club. And for us, it's not about I'm measuring my heartbeat right now. For us, it's not about anything other than the brotherhood, giving back to one another, making sure that we treat each member like precious pieces of solid gold, that we treat other clubs with precious pieces of solid gold, that we're good to one another because we love what we do as a group together. Holy crap. 148 beats a minute. And I can feel it coming down right now. I can actually feel it coming down because I actually sat my butt down. So someone said you're walking and talking and not breathing correctly for exercise. That might be it. So it's important for you guys to know that for me, a motorcycle club is about giving as much as I can possibly give. And for many people, that is a crazy idea, because giving is something that we have to want to do. Giving is something that often we have to be trained to do, but it's not necessarily something that comes naturally. So it's a practice, it's an exercise. And what I love about being in a motorcycle club is it gives me the ability to practice that exercise. It gives me the ability, great, much, 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 much better. It gives me the ability to give and practice giving. And giving to people that I love, and giving to people that I like, and giving to people that I want to be around. Oh, there's my puppy right underneath me. That's a good dog. Other things. A lot of people keep hitting me with this, I don't want to be in a club. It's too many damn rules. I thought you bikers were free. And there they go with that bikers crap again. That bikers SHIT again. In a motorcycle club, you're not free to do whatever the hell you want. That part of biking you give up. People who tell me, I don't want anybody telling me when to ride my iron. Well, you don't want to be in a motorcycle club, because we're damn sure going to tell you when you're going to ride. And you're going to ride with us at the times we say ride. Or you're going to be gone. This might not be for you. That's all there is to it. Might not be for you. You can't ride when we say ride, where we say ride, and how we say ride, and in the formation we say ride in, then this ain't for you. As a biker, you're free. Go be a biker. If you want to be a motorcycle club biker, then you're going to ride as the motorcycle club rides. There was this one guy on his channel one time that said he was prospecting for a motorcycle club and they were going to ride for a cause he didn't believe in. Well, in a motorcycle club, a traditional motorcycle club, we do everything by vote. And if the club votes, this is the ride we're going on, then you're going to go on that ride. It's mandatory. Or you're going to pay the fine. Or, forgive my language, turn your shit in over there on your way out the door. And we'll be very happy to have ridden with you. You can still ride, listen, we can always be friends. Someone says, not to get off the subject, but when's the next Biker Boys? We need a new generation. Very funny you should mention that. We'll talk later about that on another video. But you got to want to participate in this here thing we're doing. You got to want to participate in this here thing we're doing. And if you don't want to participate in this here thing we're doing, go on. Go on. Go back to your biker lifestyle and go be a biker. And we're okay with that. But bikers get lonely. That's why we see them dressed up like motorcycle club members. That's why we see them wearing cuts. That's why we see them with Chicago rockers on their back. Like, yeah, I know you get lonely. That's why I came out of biking. You see them all the time. You see them out there with independent on, and I don't have a problem with that. But what do you need a uniform for if you're not in a company? I don't walk around with a military-like uniform on. I'm not in the Navy anymore. Like, dude, you must really want to belong bad. So they mix in with us, these independents. They become like brothers. They become like family. Hey, listen, the person who taught me how to ride across country was an independent biker named Brother Bob. Never belonged to anybody's motorcycle club. Never will. Everybody knows him. Everybody knew him. One of the baddest riders that ever existed. He was 55 when I was 24, 25 years old. And I was talking all this knick-knack. We rode across country. He rode my butt into the dirt. I had actually told him to leave 2 hours ahead of me. I'd catch him. About 5 hours on the ride, out on the ride, I was falling asleep. I had to beg Brother Bob to stop. That's the guy who taught me how to ride cross country. Independent. Had no problem with those guys. They're great guys. But when it comes time for the clubhouse meeting, we shut the door and they go home. So, being in a motorcycle club is like being with brothers and sisters who should have your back at all times. They love you for who and what you are, and if they don't, it's time to find a new home. I cite 5 reasons why you should leave a motorcycle club. To me, a motorcycle club is something you do for life, since it's a family. I don't go changing my family around, even though there's some of them I don't like in my blood family. So there's damn sure some I don't like in my chosen family. But you have to deal with them. They're who God sent you. Just like I want a big old Presso Canario, or a Rottweiler, or a Doberman, or a Pit Lab like I used to have. Instead, I got little short legs here, Stumpy. That's who God sent me. I was coming home from the roundup, and I pulled into and you guys have been following me for a long time. You guys were with me when I found this guy at a rest stop. Sent him to be trained. Do not chase. Do not chase. Do not come back. Do not chase. Come on back. Come back here. Come back here, you mutt. I should have left his butt in St. Louis. Oh my goodness. TG Grizzly said, great way to put it, but they don't see it as vests that we wear as a uniform. And I'm going to do a video about this. I keep getting calls and letters and messages from independents who keep sending me their setup and saying, is it okay to wear this? Is it okay to wear that? Is it okay to wear this? I got these patches I want to put on my vest. Like, what are you wearing a vest for? It's why not put that on a jacket or something? You're supposed to be wearing a neoprene jacket anyway with pads on it for protection when you go down. They don't see that as this was our uniform. It has always been our uniform. We have always worn cuts and we moved to vests. But hey, I have no problem with that. That's what you want to wear it. I think it's kind of silly, but people like to display things with pride. They want to put their unit on it. And guys send me this thing. I want a 3-piece setup with my military unit, America on the bottom, and Iraqi freedom across the top. Am I going to run into problems with a motorcycle club? What do you tell these folks? That's, no one should be messing with you. Motorcycle clubs have great deference for veterans. Good possibility you're not going to run into any trouble with that. But somebody somewhere may have a problem with it. And that's because you're wearing their uniform. Just like you as a Marine would be awfully pissed off with somebody walking around with jump wings on and Navy SEAL badge, as well as Marine jump wings and Marine Expeditionary Forces with a Navy Valor pin and a Marine Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol badge. Well, you'd be so mad you'd want to kill. So why would you think that somebody that's representing their thing wouldn't be so mad that they'd want to kill? But, you know, like I say, it is human nature to be self-serving. I don't care what the next guy thinks. I want to do me. I want to do me, 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 me. That's the way it is. Motorcycle clubs, not about me, 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 me. Motorcycle clubs are about we. The man who taught me that is the man that's stuck in the desert right now and couldn't believe how quickly his brothers were moving and shaking to try to get him handled. How could you not believe that? You taught us this. And that's the greatest thing about motorcycle clubs, because when you start doing it right, you will just be blown away at how it works. Sharing has always worked. I'm from a farm community. We have co-ops. We share. There's more to be gotten when two heads are operating. It's better than one. Take care, Greg McBee. So, hardly oil change. You guys are not nice. We're trying. Remember how I started this video? We're trying to be nice now. So, which is against a lot of you guys' personalities to be nice. So, the idea of a motorcycle club is about giving, and so when guys come to me, well, gee, I don't know how to ride. If you can get a motorcycle, your motorcycle club will teach you how to ride. That's their job. The road captain's job is to make sure that everybody is capable of riding in the pack. That's his damn job. And I've known motorcycle clubs to take a good guy around the clubhouse sweeping and working hard and trying to be a part of that brotherhood. They will build that guy a bike. It won't be pretty. It'll be Yamaha, Harley, Honda, every kind of little piece they got around that clubhouse. But they'll have that brother. They'll have that brother on a bike because he will have deserved it because of the goodness of his heart. This man drilled this into me. We MC, we MC, we MC, we MC, we MC, we MC, we MC. It's not the me see, it's the we see. So that's what it is to be in a motorcycle club. And I think what I'm saying would be agreed upon by any side that is on the motorcycle club set. I think it would be agreed upon by any side that's on the motorcycle club set. What else did he say? Did I get everything? Did I cover all the points? So I think we defined in this video what a biker is. And I love bikers. I'm a biker. I've been a biker my whole life. But I will agree with you. Being a biker and being a clubber, you know, I like the new Geico commercial when they show that one guy, Jamie, like he's a lawyer and all this stuff. And they show him kicking a guy. And the guy goes, "You know karate?" And he says, "No, I practice Muay Thai. It's a completely different discipline, completely different strategy, a completely different doctrine." MCing is a different doctrine of biking. And all the things they say negatively about us are true. Some of us don't get out enough. Some of us don't ride enough. Some of us just ride from bar to bar. We puddle hop. We have the baddest motorcycles in the world, and they ain't going nowhere but to the next bar inside the I-285 loop, inside the 95 Beltway, inside the 240 loop. Doesn't matter what city. Some of them cats ain't getting out the loop. And for a biker, oh, a biker can't take that. Oh my God, a biker, one that likes to get out there and ride across country on them big distances, they can't stand that. So some of those guys, they'll go join biker motorcycle clubs, and we ain't doing jack but riding and riding and riding. I think our motorcycle club is a little bit of each. Everyone knows Black Sabbath rides. That's because, for the most part, we got to ride from chapter to chapter to go party with each other. We got a big club that stretches the country. So, whereas one guy may ride down back roads at 50, 60 miles an hour and see all kinds of adventures, that's what a biker does. Now, in a motorcycle club, I got to get to Houston, or I got to go to San Antonio. It's 1,000 miles from here. I leave on Friday, and I got to be back Monday morning for work. So, first of all, I got to have a big bad bike. I got to have a big old bad bike that can run at least 200 miles without filling up. You got to be able to run 220, 250 per fill up. We got to move because we got to be back Monday. So we got to ride this 1,000 miles in one day. No sleeping out under the stars for us. We got to be back. We got to go party and come back. And you got to be able to ride in the pack. You can't be afraid. You got to be able to trust the guy next to you. You're riding 2x2 at 115 miles an hour for hours and hours at a time. Boy, that's a different kind of riding. Is that guy not a biker? He didn't get to see one adventurous thing. You don't get to see nothing. It's like a couch, sitting on a couch, rolling past a TV set that's, You don't get to see nothing. What you get to do is you get to experience your friends on the road when stuff breaks down. Everybody's working on everybody's bike. Working on bikes is mandatory. You got to be able to fix the bike on the highway in order to get back Monday mornings. You got to be back Monday for work. So working on a motorcycle is mandatory. These are not big skills. When folks tell, oh, man, this guy wrenches on his bike. We all wrench on our bikes. This is important. You got to have that skill. It's a different kind of riding, though. It's riding a rocket ship, blasting. Why? Just to get to my brother so I can party. And then I got to blast my butt back home. Different kind of riding. But still, it's bikerism. It's bikerism in a motorcycle club. How much does it cost? Oh, my goodness. So let's say you had 20 chapters. And the chapters spread from coast to coast. And it's between $500 and $1,000 to ride to each chapter. And you went to 20 parties. You could conceivably spend 20 to 30 grand a year just hanging out with your brothers in all the places that they are. So you got to work, got to have a job. You know, all this stuff about illegal money and all this old crap, man, you can't. We're regular people with jobs, bro. We pay taxes. All this kind of stuff is retarded. So it sells movies in Hollywood, but you guys got to really get the idea. Greetings to all the Michigan representatives. Do we have a bait on here? Love a bait. Good to see you guys. So that's my take on being on in a motorcycle club. It is a brotherhood and a sisterhood of like-minded people who have decided to become family. From them, certain expectations abound. Trust, loyalty, fidelity, groupthink. There are a lot of bikers that are against groupthink. You have groupthink in a motorcycle club. If you don't agree with the club, you definitely have to abide by the rule of the vote. The rule of the vote is everything. The rule of the vote is everything. Wrapped around an insatiable passion to ride motorcycles. That's what it is. That's what it means to be a biker in a motorcycle club. Now, it's some cool perks. Like, I know that when I ride through Texas, southern Texas, I know that John O will welcome me to his home with open arms. And he's not even in my club. So we share bonds. It's like when I'm in the Navy and I meet a Navy guy, even though I'm past, long been out of the Navy, and so is he, long retired, long ago, we can be friends because we know what each guy went through. I know what you had to go through to be successful in the Navy. We went through the same stuff. And I can also be equally as close with a Marine or equally as close with an Army guy, especially the older I get, because knowing what these boot camps and what these methodologies and standard operating procedures did to these guys, I know how they get down. And I know I can be down with those guys. It's like that in a motorcycle club. You know, that guy wearing that patch, he probably went through a lot of the same things you went through. So, you know you can get along with them. They know, okay, this guy comes from organizations that we talk about zeal and fidelity and trust and I think you meant to say Arkansas Online rather than No Line. It's good to have you guys. Buffalo Soldiers, good to see you, man. Good to see you. So, you know you can get along with that guy. You know that guy's welcome in your home. You know that guy is probably a pretty good guy. What's up, Renegade? I think Renegade is like my hater. Always picking on me. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. My husband is a Navy vet, and I served in the Air Force. Thank you for your service. Thank you. It was my pleasure to serve. I rocked my what's that? 5, 10, 18. I rock my 18 Airborne Corps crest on my cut. Much respect. And I rock my Navy on my cut, my submarine service on my cut. All right. Any questions? I'm getting ready to get out of here. It's been an hour. I walked around a little bit. I want to thank you for your donations on Cash App. We really appreciate that. Any questions before I get out of here? What is your take on law enforcement MCs? I have a video on law enforcement MCs, Zulu, and it expresses my take on it on that video. And it's one I did within about a month or two ago. I forget the name of it. My take on motorcycle clubs in general is if you're an MC out there doing your thing, I love you. I love all MCs. I want all MCs to do great. I love this culture, and I want motorcycle clubs to stop doing stupid shit that's going to shut our culture down. That's what I want. You get your oil changed in New Mexico. That person doesn't do victories, I don't think. You got to be able to do a victory to do my oil. Good day from South Texas. Where do you see the American Legion riders fitting in on the motorcycle set? So I don't know much about them except that they're military, and I love military organizations. And where do I see them on the set? I have a video called The Hierarchy of Motorcycle Clubs, and that's where I see them, in the hierarchy that they fall in, that I explain in great detail in that video. And I see them as being exactly in their spot. As a 99%er, I'm in my spot. Love your channel. Thank you, man. Making Weirdo. Really? Black Dragon, what's your favorite spot to ride in? Oh, my favorite vacation spot? I have not yet ridden down to the 0 marker in Florida. That's what I want to do next. Ride down to mile marker 0 so I can get my picture next to the 0. Then I want to ride to South America. I saw a kid do that on YouTube. He went by himself. His trip was miserable. I mean, he did it, but the trip was miserable. So I want to go with Club Brothers. That's the thing about biking and stuff. This guy was down in South America all by himself. He could have been shot, eaten by lions, whatever the case may be. His ass would have just disappeared. And I want to be with my brothers having a great time, because that guy had a hard time by himself. If you ever see that video, the video was sad. He rode all the way down to South America and all the way back, but it was tough on him. It was tough, bro. My thoughts on LEMC, the only one I truly have found enjoy being around is Blue Knights, because they are respectful and know who they are. I spent some time with the Blue Knights. I did a video about it. They treated me wonderfully. I went to their national. They had thousands of people there, and the only colors that weren't them were mine. And they were cops. They had cop humor, and I've been around Navy guys that had Navy humor, so, you know, but they had a lot of going on, you know, a lot of PTSD and stuff like that. They needed each other. That's what a family's about. A need for one another. I can't hate on their need for one another. Oh, I do have some water in my truck. I'm getting ready to go get some. I still got a 2006 Victory Vega jackpot, still rolling strong. What's up, Bull? When are you riding to Alaska? Within the next 2 years, I'm riding to Alaska. What is your thought on weekend warriors? See, I don't have negative thoughts. If you're on a motorcycle and you can only be there on the weekends, then let's ride and have fun on the weekends that we're together. And we're gonna have a blast. So my water is like 20 feet away from me, so I'm getting ready to go get that water, believe me. I got a big old black cup full of water. Dude deserves a medal to that ride. Did you see that ride that I was talking about? Charcoal? Any of my chapters going to Sturgis this year? My chapters are all going to the National Roundup that's happening right now. this weekend. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do about Sturgis. Sometimes we leave that roundup and go to Sturgis, but they're pretty much both happening at the same time. Do you regard pop-up clubs in the same way, as there seem to be a lot of them? You know, I think that every club was a pop-up club at one time. Even the Black Sabbath, we were the new kids on the block in 1972, and by 74, we had a clubhouse, and we've been around longer than many of the folks that said that we wouldn't survive. It's not a matter of popping up, it's a matter of going away. And if you come up the right way, then you have a stronger chance of lasting. And so that's why I'm so much a protocol guy. There's some stuff I don't like. In every society, there's rules you don't like. Like, I'd love to be able to sit on an airplane and say, bomb, just to watch everybody have a heart attack. That's fun. It should be terrible that I can't do that. Like, it's against my First Amendment rights, but we live in a society where you're not free to do every damn thing. That's what rules are about. John, I'm not going to do that. Have you ever thought about walking near malls so you're near people? That might have to be a consideration as I'm getting older and these things are happening to me. But you guys know, if you've been walking with me for the last 3 years, I love the wilderness. I'm a cowboy. I love being in the woods, and that might have to change. Love to meet you when you're in Alaska. When I'm coming to Alaska, I'm going to let everybody know. Please, someone link the South American Rider video being discussed. Man, I have to go find that video. That is the most depressing video I've ever seen in my life. Although I respect the hell out of that biker, just a kid who decided he would ride from America to South America to as far as you could go and come back. And he had so many trials and tribulations, ran out of gas, couldn't find gas, motorcycle broke down. And he did it without the aid of any kind of a GPS. He just wanted to do it on his own. How this guy found a motorcycle dealership in the middle of town by accident that he was looking for. He just went through everything. But I got an overwhelming sense of loneliness from that guy. It was all lonely. He didn't go out in clubs. He didn't party. He didn't meet any of the women on the local. He didn't do anything that clubbers would do. And he didn't have any family down there. You're in a motorcycle club. The motorcycle clubs in South America, they're going to take you in. They're going to feed you. I don't even have to ask. I already know that. I got a guy in a Latin country right now. I think he's in South America, who's translating my most popular videos to Spanish subtitles. And he's got a motorcycle club. I know if I told him I was coming down there, how we're going to be treated, how we're going to be loved, how we're going to be taken care of. It's a whole lot different than laying on the side of the road and asleep and hoping that somebody doesn't come rob you or hurt you or doesn't like Americans and screws you up. When, as a motorcycle club, we would be getting escorted from town to town, taken to all the best places to eat. This is what having a family's about, people. It's a club. You get a secret Dakota ring and a password. And that password is those colors on your back. And it's just like if a South American club decided to come here. And I got on this thing and I said, hey, man, the Los Renegados is going to be riding across the United States. You guys would be jumping. You'd have your hands up. Are they coming through Colorado? Are they coming through Texas? We're going to meet them at the border of Texas and New Mexico and ride them in. They would need nothing. Am I telling the truth? They would need nothing. All they'd have to do is tell us they're coming. And who does a biker tell he's coming? I have had a lot of them say, Black Dragon, I'm an independent biker, man. I'd like to ride with y'all when I get there. Come on. And we got a club. We got clubs that hang out with us. We got clubs that F with us. And we F with them. And you're going to have the time of your life. That's what a motorcycle club's all about. How popular did you guys get after the movie Biker Boys? We got a lot of folks that came from that, a lot. And most of them didn't stay. We've been around 9 years. Are we still considered a pop-up club? Yeah, a 40-year-old club would still consider you a pop-up club, but a 20-year-old club might not. So keep working. But 9 years is a good long time to be around. We will see Black Sabbath chapter in Massachusetts. I hope so. Great job on Insane Throttle the other day. Thank you so much. What is your take on big clubs bullying independent riders? I don't think that should be happening. And if you're an independent rider, I would call the damn police. I would dial 911 in a heartache, in a heartbeat, thump thump. Because as an independent rider, you're not in motorcycle club politics, and nobody should be messing with you. Period. End of story. You gotta go. Okay, so I've been on here an hour. Watch Alec Chicon video about riding SA on a KLR 650. We'll check that out. Snake Charmer. Snake wants me to stay in the woods because when I'm there, I call his name out. Yeah, this is Georgia, and there's a lot of y'all out here. What's up, Sven? Yeah, we're up here in Atlanta. Someone just asked, and we also down in Macon. Summer will be over before long, I know, and then we'll be walking in the snow again. I know, Aunt Squirrely. Let's see. How's it going in Serbia? Oh, yeah, of course. Do Black Sabbath chapter wear 1% of support chapters, or do you get blessings without the patches? So, Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club supports no one. We wear no support patches whatsoever, period. End of story. Well, we do support someone. We support ourselves. When will you see us in Massachusetts? I'm not sure. We're always working. My life is like sex. When it's good, it's wonderful. Yeah, I think we're all like that. Catholic Knights RC. Are you going to be in Texas for the TBI ride? I don't know what ride that is. Black Dragon at blacksabbathmc.com. Send me something there, and I'll know what you're talking about. Do you have white boys in the Black Sabbath? Do you get white boys? Well, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I have a video called Can White Folks Join the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club Nation? You should go look at that video. Los Diablos, Nebraska, since 1960. Los Diablos, Nebraska. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Love and respect. All right. An hour and 12 minutes. For those of you guys who've been with me the whole time, I thank you. I think we both need a life. And for those of you guys just coming on, I thank you. For those of you guys that are in and out, I thank you so much for watching this channel. This is the last day, I guess, of our 3-year anniversary. We've been online for 3 years. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. And we got close to 40,000 subscribers. I never expected to get more than 1,000. So thank you. Thank you so much for 3 years of following me here at what started off as Black Dragon National President and is now Black Dragon Biker TV. We hope to do incredible things as we move this thing forward as a more professional thing than we started out as. It's been a steep learning curve. You guys have been in my butts real heavy, but we've had fun together. And to have 120 of you folks watching me is just really, I just really feel blessed. So I want to thank you guys for all that you do. Oh, looks like there's a cop here. School starts Monday, so the cop is probably going to tell me I can't be here anymore unless I get out at like 6 in the morning. So my dailies are going to be way earlier when I walk to places like this. Anyway, I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Let me know what you think in the thoughts below, in the description below. Check us out on our other platforms and also our stories today on bikerliberty.com. And we definitely appreciate and love you all. Check out Dibber in the Wind. Check out Insane Throttle. Check out Adam Sandoval. Check out Big Cell at FHO Atlanta, GA. We all love to see you. Father, hold on 1 second. All right, so love you all. Take care. That's my 2 cents. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny.